When we think about immortality, we usually imagine myths, ancient gods, magical elixirs, science fiction. But in the quiet depths of our oceans, there is a real creature that challenges everything we believe about aging and death. It is small, transparent, almost fragile, and it may be biologically immortal. This is the story of the jellyfish known as Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish. The species at the center of this story is Turritopsis dohrnii. It is often called the immortal jellyfish. It is smaller than your fingernail. It has a bell-shaped body, thin tentacles, and a nearly invisible appearance in water. You could swim right past it and never know. But inside this simple organism lies one of the most extraordinary biological abilities ever discovered: the ability to reverse its own aging. Understanding normal aging. To understand how shocking this is, we first need to understand how aging normally works. In humans, aging is mostly a one-way process. We begin life as a single fertilized cell. That cell divides. It becomes an embryo, then a baby, then a child, then an adult. Over time, cells accumulate damage. DNA mutates. Tissues wear down. Eventually, the body can no longer maintain itself. This is called senescence. And for almost every complex organism on Earth, senescence leads to death. But Turritopsis dohrnii does something very different. Instead of continuing forward toward death, it can reverse direction. The normal jellyfish life cycle. Most jellyfish follow a predictable life cycle. They begin as fertilized eggs. These develop into larvae called planulae. The larvae settle onto a surface and transform into polyps, small, tube-like organisms attached to rocks or reefs. These polyps then bud off into free-swimming adult jellyfish, known as medusae. This transformation from polyp to medusa is a one-way journey, or at least it was thought to be, until scientists made an unexpected discovery. The discovery. In the 1980s, marine biologists studying jellyfish noticed something unusual. When adult Turritopsis dohrnii were stressed, injured, starving, or exposed to harsh conditions, instead of dying, some of them collapsed. Their bodies shrank. Their tentacles retracted. They sank to the ocean floor. But they did not decompose. Instead, they began to transform. They reverted back into their earlier polyp stage. It was as if a butterfly facing danger could turn itself back into a caterpillar and then start its life again. This process is called transdifferentiation. It means one type of mature cell transforms directly into another type of cell. In humans, this ability is extremely limited. In this jellyfish, it is natural. Biological immortality. Biological immortality does not mean invincible. It does not mean the jellyfish cannot be eaten. Fish, turtles, and other marine animals consume them regularly. They can still die from disease or physical damage. But if left alone and not destroyed by predators, Turritopsis dohrnii can theoretically repeat this reversal process indefinitely. Adult to polyp, polyp to adult, again and again. There is no fixed limit, no programmed expiration date, no natural aging endpoint. In simple terms, it escapes death by resetting its biological clock. How does it do this? Scientists are still studying the exact genetic mechanisms behind this process. Research suggests that the jellyfish activates genes associated with cellular repair and DNA maintenance. These genes allow damaged or specialized cells to revert into more flexible forms. In humans, cells become increasingly specialized. A skin cell cannot suddenly become a nerve cell, but in Turritopsis dohrnii, cellular identity is more flexible. Under stress, the adult medusa reorganizes its cells. Muscle cells can transform into nerve cells. Nerve cells can transform into different tissue types. The entire organism restructures itself. It is not rebirth in the poetic sense. It is cellular reprogramming in a controlled, natural way. Why was this discovery important? Before this discovery, aging was considered mostly irreversible in multicellular animals. Yes, some organisms live longer than others. The ocean quahog clam can live over 500 years. Some sharks can live for centuries. Certain trees can survive thousands of years, but they still age. They do not reverse aging. They do not become young again. Turritopsis dohrnii was the first known animal capable of fully revering its life cycle. It changed how scientists think about aging. It suggested that senescence might not be an unavoidable rule of biology. Instead, it may be a strategy that most organisms evolved, but not all. Limits and realities. It is important to remain calm and realistic. The immortal jellyfish does not mean humans will become immortal tomorrow. Human biology is vastly more complex. Our tissues are highly specialized. Our bodies are composed of trillions of cells organized into intricate systems. Revering aging in such a system is far more complicated. But the jellyfish shows something profound. Aging is not universally irreversible. It is not a law of physics. It is a biological process. And biological processes can sometimes be altered. Please subscribe to the channel